Where's the catfish? There's the catfish. There's the catfish. Dun, 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 dun. What's going on? What is going on, everybody? What's up? Team 6, what's going on? Cheers, Jordan. Cheers. Woo. Clay, what are you doing to me? I have to work at 4:30. Oh boy. That's probably like, so what time is it where you are right now? Because it's only 8 o'clock where I am. I said I was going to do 8 p.m. Eastern, but I ran into a few things and didn't get to the computer till now. I'll head up probably, I don't know, 27th, 26th, something like that. It's a slow day. It is a slow day. Joey, what's up? 10 p.m. Holy cow. That's 2 hours in front of us. I do try to find a happy medium of when to have it because it's so hard with being the time. But hey, just chat a little bit and then go to bed, you know. What's up, buddy? Still ice fishing up north. Man, like a guy could have been. It's been such a brutal spring. I'll get more into that with everything like that with how the spring's been, but insane. Dason, it's going good, buddy. How about yourself? Got back from the white shell just in time. Real life with Mike. How was fishing? Real life with Mike. Did you catch some fishies? Is it? Yeah, your openers are out already. This is the indoors. Yeah. Welcome to Clayton Schick Outdoors. I'm Clayton Schick, and this is the indoors. I got catfish over there I could fish for. There was a comment on my community post that said, "We need to make up a name for your stuffed catfish. Let the people pick and vote the names." So I like that. Anybody's got any names for the catfish? We're gonna name that catfish this chat. Do you fish Minnesota? No, I haven't fished Minnesota. I want to say ever. I fished in the States, but I don't think I've ever fished Minnesota though. No more weekend live chats. Too busy. Totally. Weekend live chats are tough in terms of getting people on. Well, it's not the weekend, is it? It's Monday, Tuesday. I should have went fishing today. It was supposed to be brutal out today in terms of weather, and I didn't go. So almost capsized the boat in Lake Superior. So I had to pack up it after 2 minutes. Too much wind. Oh, okay, Tommy. So there was lots of wind out there. I don't know where I was. It was beautiful today, and I was like wishing I was fishing. I went yesterday, and it was really nice out. And then it took me forever to find fish, and I finally found the fish. And then it got ugly out, and I still was able to make a video, slip bobbing video, when I get back, and 2 camera GoPro cards, these things, corrupted. So now I'm in the middle of trying to figure out whether I should still make a video without some head camera footage or whatnot. And yeah, I don't know. Why do I suck at fishing? I don't know. I suck at fishing too. Sometimes it feels like everybody's probably wondering where the video's at. We just had the horrendous spring, and yeah, I've hardly been out. My hand, look at, I can now make a fist again. I've got all my strength back, or I want to say like 95% of my strength back. I still got a weird numbness right here, but we are back. We're fishing again. I fished the other day. It was good. I was able to fight fish, hold the rod, do all that stuff. So worked out. I did some physiotherapy, and they narrowed it down to a compressed nerve right here in my elbow. And because that day she was working on my elbow and my arm here, and then like that night my finger pain just got like it was there again. It wasn't as crazy it has been, but so I got a compressed nerve in here. Too much editing, leaning my elbow on the desk funny when I'm editing and all that. So I need to be better about that. Yeah, Mike. GoPro cards, unreal. Cash, I'm good. How are you? I hear Michigan's better than Minnesota for fishing. I got blown off the lake like 2 weeks ago, 41-hour winds. I just used Mega Live in landscape mode for fishing 3 feet and caught a total of 28 landscapes. Maybe that's what I should do. I got a plan for that. Yeah, I do. I've anybody that's watched my boat videos, I need to do an update the next time I'm out because I moved on my boat where I put my Apex for the Mega Live, and I love it. So yeah. Any leech trapping this year? I did very little. Carter might do some, but I don't plan on really doing much, much leech trapping myself because the little of fishing I'm going to get to do down here to start with, I really want to fish artificial baits for the most part. I'm probably going to do some leeching. I do have some leeches, but yeah. Any plans to get any fishing derby tournaments? I don't know. I was thought about maybe doing the fall Last Mountain Lake Classic, but I really want to just put more time into videos more than anything. So as you start mixing videos with tournament fishing and stuff like that, the tournaments are gonna or the editing and the that side of it, the videos will take a back seat. So I'd still rather do the videos. Whose boat better, yours or Jay's? Mine's better. I will say this. Um, I've been in the StarCraft 2 or 3 times now, 3 times, and I'm blown away. Like it's honestly, it's double the bow what my Illumicraft was. I had it yesterday and about a foot and a half chop into it. I was still 32.5 mile an hour, and it acted like a 21-foot boat. I was so happy with it in that sense. It was really, really, really good. Really happy with it. It gets on plane too, like this. You know how a lot of boats like the kind of nose lifts a little bit and then sets up. This is just like it's straight on step. I can't explain it. It's so weird. I'm so pumped with it. Like insane. Garmin or Humminbird. I've always been a Humminbird guy, and Humminbird used to work with me. I say used to because they seem to not answer any of my emails or anything anymore. So I might throw a Garmin LiveScope in the boat at some point, just because I can. Because Humminbird doesn't seem to really have an interest to do much with me anymore. So we will see what happens with that. I've always been a Humminbird guy. I've always been happy with the units. I'm still running all Humminbird stuff. It's been good, but I'm definitely I'm open at this point to possibly put some Garmin stuff in the boat at some point. I don't know. The Mega Live's been good, but I'll run a live scope in there together and do a side by side comparison with that stuff. So we'll see. Just got to use Adventurer 188T. Nice. So is the Adventurer, is that the Smoker Craft version of it then? Hi Clayton, keep sending it. Need to up your XL tube game. I might know a guy. We'll be in touch, dude. I might need some bigger tubes for this summer. We'll see. I'll send you a message. I'll send you a message. Let's see here. Have you tried fishing Rocky Lake for smallies? I've been on Rocky Lake a few times for both the winter and open water. I've got, I want to say, 3 or 4 open water videos and 2 ice fishing videos on my channel at Rocky Lake. I love it there. Love it there. Same boat, pretty much. Yeah. So it's unreal. Like you're gonna love it. Like you're gonna love it. Release date for 39 hours ice. Well, it's not 39 hours. Jay and we did say that it's not 39 hours, but it's something it's good. It's good. It's really good. I think middle of October is when we'll be dropping the first episodes. I believe. I think. So yeah, I'm saving up for a live scope. Yeah, the time I've spent with a live scope, it's all been really good. Why StarCraft? I'll tell you what, I made a question about there. I answered somebody's question about this. So it's better off if I read it word for word here for that of why I ended up going with a StarCraft. Um, let's see, right right here, right there. Basically, okay, Delta. I'm so pumped with them. Okay. Why the switch? Just curious. Looking to pick up an 18-20 foot. And then somebody said sponsors, no doubt. And well, it's kind of in that sense, but here's my reply. Few reasons. My Lumicraft was good for the most part, and I was happy with it. When I contacted Lumicraft January of 2021, they had zero desire to work with me on any level. So after the 2021 open water season, I explored some other options and came across this boat. I saw it. I was very happy with it and how it looked. So I did some more research. I reached out to StarCraft to see if they wanted to work together, even on a small level. They were just as excited as I was to form a partnership, and the rest is history. Please keep in mind, I still pay for my boat just like everyone else, but I do receive a small discount to help promote the brand. I would also never promote a product I don't believe in. So now, after spending time with it, I'm honestly like, I'm I'm pumped. Like I'm literally just like that. I'm so pumped with my my choice. It's like I told my dad the other day, it was like I want to like tell everybody about this boat and how amazing it's been and talk about it and like make a post about it and do this. I'm like, but I don't want people to think that I'm just doing it because I'm affiliated with StarCraft in that sense, right? Like I'm just that happy with it. Like it's been a while since I've gotten something like newer like that and like been blown away right away. So because I kind of already knew what I was expecting a little bit because I've been in a boat just like that, in that sense. So that sounded scripted. It was scripted because I read it off of my the post I made. So I scripted it in my head. Does that make sense? Hey Clayton, does Wallace and Lake Lodge do sponsorships of charity gales? We had some good sponsorships from other resorts in Manitoba. We're looking to branch out in Saskatchewan. They might, but you can definitely reach out to them and find out though, and ask, I should say. Just email info@wallaceandlakelodge.com. Sometimes they do for sure. I know it's like really tough, say for them this year to do with anything because they're already full up. But yeah, have you been fishing the Duck Mountains much? Trial Lakes, Lori Lake, East Blue. It's been a long time since I have been in the ducks fishing those lakes, but I do want to get back there. I really do. This year's obviously a really tough year to get back because of the the roads and all that. Go Flames, go! It did. Is the game on? Is Oilers and the Flames on? You guys gotta give me updates with the scores. I want updates of what's going on with the scores. Not that I watch that much, but yeah. Hey Clayton, love the content fishing rainbow on the North Channel of Huron next week. Any tips? Man, I've got no tips for you because I have no experience on that lake at all, and I'm not even like very experienced with rainbow trout in that sense either. So anything I told you would be completely made up. So send a message like Eric Hottie or something like that. Like those guys do that stuff a lot more. So sorry I can't help more, my friend. First weekend of June, license free fishing. I don't think it's first weekend in June. I know it's sometime in the summer though. Yeah. Appreciate the honesty. You're welcome. Oilers Flames tomorrow. Oh yeah, it's tomorrow. Okay. See, that's how much I know about hockey, right? Damn it, my chartreuse thong is in the dryer. That's good. You ever fish at Dory? Oh no, I've never fished Dory, but I want to fish it so bad. Like they've got big walleye and big pike. I need to get there. Devin, when does the next walleye video drop? Um, I thought it was going to be tomorrow until I went through my head camera footage. So I don't know if I will be going or if I'll be putting that video out because I'm going to try to get out with Carter tomorrow and film a video. So we'll see if I might just save that one and edit it later, or I'm not too sure. But it's been a tough. I've only literally fished one day this year. The other time I've been out was just breaking in my boat, and then when I was going to start fishing, it started pouring rain. So brutal year. Hey Clayton, what depth do you like to target for lake trout this time of year? Shallow, like really shallow, like 5 to 15 feet of water. I like Lakers this time of year. Are you full time YouTube now or guiding also? I'm still guiding this summer. I could go full time with everything now, but I still want to do another year of guiding yet for sure. I still love it there. I have a lot of good clients. So we'll see. I know it's going to be a pretty busy year for us up there. So I have no idea how much time I'll be able to take off and film some videos in the process. But for now, I'm still going to be guiding in the summer. But I'm still going to be able to come back and make open water videos during some of the best fishing there is in terms of end of August, September, and October. So I still am going to making some open water videos too. What's your favorite bait for spring walleyes? I really love a Ned rig. Like a Ned rig for spring walleyes to me is so good. Last year too, the Kalen's tickle tail, that was really new in terms of casting way up shallow and then like snapping it back. That was really another good one. And then you can't go wrong with a good old like slip bobber with say a leech or a live minnow if you can fish minnows in your area. If not, leeches are great. Connors are the king of stock trout. Yes, they are. They are. Are you personally, or do you know anyone being affected by the record lake levels of Lake of the Woods? I don't know anybody affected by that stuff at all. Anthony, I love your content. Wife and I learned a lot from you and your videos. Well, I appreciate the super chat. Let's have a shot for your super chat. Let's have a shot of good old apple pie moonshine, homemade. Happy to hear you're guiding again. Thank you very much. Look at my head. I do enjoy my guiding. I've enjoyed it for a long time. It's kind of how I got my my go in this industry, right? Like, so I'm looking forward to getting back up there big time. How are you liking the new boat? You know what, Austin? I I literally just went through all this. So I won't bore everybody again by doing it, but just go watch the beginning of the live chat after you're finished. It's only gonna be 15 minutes. Watch like from about minute 5 to minute 12, I think is when it was, and they'll answer your question on the new boat. But I'm loving it. Cheers, Anthony. Well, this is a 2 ounce glass, by the way, so that is an ouncer. Heading up to see Big Mac at Baker's for the season opener. Nice. There for a week, hoping the ice melts. Have you been there in the spring? You'll be good on the little lake, I would say, at opening week. You'll be touch and go for the big lake, is my guess. But a little bit of wind and ice, and it'll be gone. So it'll be interesting. If it does, like being there for a week, even the first couple of days you're in the little lake, and then get out to the big lake, it should be good. It should be good. How do you know where to target a certain species like walleye lakers? Honestly, it's a lot of experience more than anything. Of course, you got to have those species in those lakes to start it, but it's more experience, just trial and error more than anything. The more time you can spend out there and learning type of thing, and then you kind of learn how to read water. It's just experience, experience, experience. I can't stress that more than anything. Would you be willing to come ice fish Utah? Send it outdoors and I will host you. I would definitely come down there one day, I think. I just don't know when it'll be, but I would like to get out there at some point. So we just got to stay in touch with the fishing community, and one day I'll get down to Utah. I don't know if it'll be this winter, but I do want to get down there at some point. I do. Have I ever fished or own a crestliner? No, I have not. Clayton, do you enjoy towing with your Duramax? I love towing with my Duramax. My wallet hates it. And I say that because diesel's so expensive, and not like fuel is going to be any cheaper, obviously, in that sense. But fuel prices, everybody knows, have been absolutely ridiculous. What's your go to fish finder? I really like a good all around unit that you can do almost anything with would be like a Helix 10, G4, so Generation 4, mega side imaging, mega down imaging, and you can use your mega live and all that. Like if I can only have one depth finder in my boat and that was it, like that'd be the most all around. I'd probably go to say Helix 12, but that would be the one I would have for like regardless, like if that's the only one I could have. D Albert, my hand's doing better. I'm about 95%. I'd say I still got numbness in here, but I'm getting there definitely. Thought it was worms first and leeches when water warms up. It is for sure. Like the water warms up so quick in the shallows though. Like to be honest with you, like I got on a good leech bite already yesterday, so you can use them. Like those leeches are starting to be active in the dugouts as soon as the ice comes off. So there's no reason why they're not going to be active in the shallow water, right? In that sense too. So yeah, I have a 21 Duramax. Disappointed with the mileage. Yeah, I don't know. My Duramax tow is good, to be honest with you. Like the best thing about it is I never know there's anything there too. You ever fish Alberta even though it's crap? That made me laugh. I've never fished Alberta. Well, I fished the Bow River when I was really young. Well, I say really young. Wow, I'm old because that was like I was 20, so that's like 19 years ago. That's when you know you're getting old when you start saying, yeah, when I was really young, because it feels like forever ago, but you were 19. Oh my goodness, I'm old. Water's good. Don't think you have to be afraid of wrecking the propeller. I missed some question there or something like that. I must have just cashed answered some kind of question or answered a question. Fishing's been slower so far, Cash, just because I haven't been out very much. So soon I will be out there crushing some walleye before I go north. Hey Clayton, Schick, love your videos, good content. Just curious, what's your favorite 80s rock band? Wow, is Metallica in the 80s? That's probably too late, I'd say. ACDC? Metallica? I love Metallica. Like, that's what I used to listen to a lot when I was younger. So, yeah, that's my. I have to hope I'm going to look like a donkey. So I was like, no, Metallica's in the 90s. I'd say Metallica. Hope they're in the 80s and I look like I'm a genius here. Jay vs. Clay. Yes, we need to do something like that. We do. You going to Rocky Lake first annual fish derby? They have a fishing derby up there? When? I'm I don't think I'm going because I'm guessing I'll be up north, but I'd like to go do that. Water's up at East and West Waterhen. Do you have any big trips planned for this summer, fall? My biggest trip I have planned for like this summer is camping on some northern lakes in Saskatchewan I've never been to before for some Lakers. I'm gonna take some time off from guiding and just go camp on an island somewhere and explore and look around. So that's I've always wanted to do that, right? Guiding up there for so long, there's so many lakes that I always drive by or fly over, and was like, I really want to go and fish those lakes. So that's kind of that's kind of the plan in terms of trips for that, and then for the summer, and then the fall, I'm going to come back and do like a big pike tour in northern Manitoba, something like that. What's your favorite lake in Saskatchewan? I'd really have to say Last Mountain. I just it's got so much there. Like I really like Last Mountain for a mixture of everything: pike, walleye, perch, burbot, whitefish. It's got everything there. I love that greasy hat. You know what? This one actually is like brand new. It's black. Look at so it's actually new. This one's new. My greasy Aquaview hat. I don't even know where it is right now, but I have a couple blue ones and I got a black one now. So this one actually isn't greasy. I do like greasy hats though. This fits so good. Have we confirmed, in fact, that you will be the godfather of Jay's baby? I don't know. Godfather or just baby Clayton. I think if they have a boy, they gotta name him baby Clayton. Metallica has been around since '81. See? Right there. I knew it. I knew it. Need new CSO hats. Yes, Dason. I don't plan on doing any merch this summer because I'm going to be gone, but this summer is going to be starting to bring more merch in for the winter. And hopefully the shipping costs are down when I do start shipping stuff again. I shipped another hat out the other day and I actually added a $5 fuel service charge on it. I was like, really? And everybody's like, oh yeah, but carbon tax doesn't really do anything. Yes, it does. Oh, apologize. Do another shot, bud. Tyler, I do the shots when I get a super chat, but I drink with you guys though. Um, Fish on Alberta. Watch from the first 5 to 12 minutes of this live chat. I talked about the StarCraft. Honestly, been amazing. Anything that I would change in it, I've done myself. I've actually moved the apex around to a different area. I've actually moved in the middle of my boat. I've got a depth finder and a tiller in the middle of the boat. I know it's going to look silly, and it kind of does look silly, but it is unreally. It is unreal. Awesome. I love it. Do you fish any reservoirs here in Montana? Our reservoirs are super low. Yeah, a lot of the lakes I fish are reservoirs. Crooked Lake, Fort Capel Lakes, Round Lake, Lake of the Prairies is a reservoir. So I do fish a lot of reservoir lakes. Um, when the water's low, fishing's better. They have less places to hide. That's kind of been my experience on any lakes I've fished. Sometimes it may be a little bit harder to find them necessarily, but like they're usually going to be close to where they are when the water is normal or higher type of thing. But it's gonna be good. Like it'll definitely be good. Jay Jay just sent me a text message. Should I read it out loud? I wouldn't do that to him, would I? He's fishing for pike right now. I'm so jealous. Oh, super chat. We have the chat. Cheers, Clayton. Marcus. You catch Jaws, yeah, Clayton. Oh yeah, I love Jaws. Marcus, thank you very much. Fish Condi. I love Condi Lake. Ooh, let's have a little bit. I want a bigger one there. Yeah. Big one. Cheers, Marcus. Thank you for the super chat. Curious why I didn't use your Mega 360 ice fishing. It's more of just because I had so much stuff to haul around already. That's the biggest thing. It would be really good for just seeing everything down there. Like I always had a plan for the 360. I think the 360 shines on somewhere like Lake Winnipeg. So my plan for like the 360 was to put the 360 in the middle and then drill a bunch of holes all the way around you, and then literally just jump around with your flasher. Oh yeah, there's a pot over there. Run over there, walk over there with your flasher, fish. Oh, pot over there, go over there. That would be like the ultimate for that. Set it up to 100-foot circles or whatever it is, and 6 feet of water, and then just have holes everywhere, and then just jump around. That was my plan for a video for the 360. Maybe I will at some point. Was there a winner for the Jig giveaway? Yes and no. there is going to be a winner for the Jig giveaway, and I was going to do it in this next video that was supposed to be coming out tomorrow, but I have a bunch of cards corrupt on me, and I was going to do a cutaway where I'm sitting here in front of the computer and pick the winner, part of it. So the next video I post will have the Jig giveaway in it, the winner, promise. So I don't know when that will be yet. It won't be tomorrow because everything that went on, and yeah, so hasn't been a winner picked yet, but I have not stopped thinking about it yet in that sense. What stops anyone from donating dollar after dollar? Clay getting tuned up. What stops anyone from donating dollar after dollar? Clay getting tuned up. Nobody stops. But I don't do for like a dollar. It's got to be like a $5 super chat to have a chat. Like right here. So Brandon had a. Oh, Brad, I'm reading it as I'm doing this. Sorry for the extra $5 fuel charge. That's okay. You didn't have to. You didn't have to send me the money for that. But yeah, I totally could have met you on the lake and dropped it off for you for sure. Cheers to you though. Much appreciated. Cheers to everybody. Cheers to you guys all for being so awesome. Here, let's see if we get sound here. There, did you hear that? Cheers to all of you. You guys are the best. Pro Crush Angling. There's Adam. Pro Crush Angling. You guys know who that is. That's Adam. I call him Mr. 30. Mr. 30, I won't obviously give too many spoilers about our whole competition that we did, but that man right there may or may not have been my partner. So it's a good partner. Your favorite lure for trolling big spring lakers? A big burbot, a big juicy burbot from Savage Gear. It's what I caught my biggest lake trout ever on. Also the Savage Gear line through trout, like the 10-inch version of it, line through, and then a good old T60 chartreuse with black and red dots. You ever fish Waterhen Lake? I have not. What's catching the most fish? Bait cast, spinning, fly fishing, ice fishing. Really depends on where you're fishing and what you're fishing for. Like if you had a giant pod of fish that say were eating on every single cast you made, no matter what you threw, a bait caster will outfish anything out there just because of how quick you can do everything. A spinning rod, though, if you're catching a fish every cast, it probably wouldn't be much difference. A bait caster, you're going to do more casts than you would with the spinning rod, so it probably wouldn't matter in that sense. But a fly fishing, you wouldn't be able to cast as often in that sense or be as quick with it. So a bait caster or spinning would catch the most fish. Where's the sauce? Yahoo! How's the north treating you there, dude? We had bad conditions for opener here in central Minnesota. Last year we had 55 degree and cloud. This year we had water come up to 2 feet in 3 days. Temps in the mid 60s. Everything was shut off. Wow. We've had the worst spring I've had here too. Our water levels are all normal, but it was just so cold for so long. I found the fishing, everything's behind by like a week or 2 weeks. So it's going to be picking up here though pretty soon, like very, very soon. How do you go number 2 when ice camping? I set myself up a bucket with a bag and I pack it out when I do ice camping. I'm not a big fan of just leaving it on the ice for somebody to come by and step on. So that's what I do. And then you put it in a bag, throw it outside, it freezes, and then you take it home and you throw it in your waste. You're the best in the business. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Cheers to you too, Chris. Wow, the service is bad here. I'm going to have to catch you later. That's too bad, dude. Hope all's well with you, my friend. Hope everything's going good there. Wise Guru, teach me to catch big rock bass. Sure. Just go watch my video there on rock bass. I'll teach you everything I know. Excuse me. Walleye opening on Lake of the Woods May long, and the walleye haven't even started to spawn yet. So is there no ice left on Lake of the Woods, Joey? Because everybody thinks that walleye, like, how should I say that? They're spawning as soon as those waters hit 40 degrees. Well, guess what? That ice, when it's melting, it is 40 degrees already. The walleye literally need the ice to like go that far away from the shore to get where they need to be. And they and they'll spawn. It doesn't matter if there's still some ice left. They'll still spawn. By the time we get up north to our camps, we got ice everywhere, and there's fish are still all are spawned out. I was out on a lake yesterday where the ice just came off like 3 or 4 days before, and all the males I caught still were milking, yes, but all the females were completely spawned out, like nothing. So that's my thought on it. Like it doesn't matter if there's still some ice left. Water is record high. Some cabins are unusable. Yeah, so high. I know you're going to say that about the rock bass. I was there doing what you did 2 days after the video came out. Nothing really. You just gotta have the touch. You gotta have the touch. Where do you target ice out for Lakers? Sand flats is really good. Shoreline structures really, really good early season too. You can't go wrong with shorelines at all. Cheers, cousin Clay. Hope you're having a party out there. Yeah, buddy. Cheers to you. How do you fish for other species? How do you like to fish for other species of trout either than Lakers? Yes and no. I like to fish for stock trout, just not a lot. And I say stock trout because we only have like stock trout really in our area, right? Like we don't have other species of trout. The winner for the jigs will be in my next fishing video that I make. There will be a winner for the jigs, guaranteed. When will you be in the Powerview Pine Falls area again? Need a boat mate? I don't know when I'll be back there. I don't know. Come to Sydney Lake Lodge. We'd love to have you. Where's Sydney Lake Lodge? I'm curious. Where's Sydney Lake Lodge? Sydney Lake Lodge. I love learning stuff. Sydney Lake Lodge. So I got like 3 of them. There we go. Sydney Lake Lodge. SydneyLake.com. Is that it? Sydney Lake Lodge. Ooh, nice cabins. I like it. I like it. Where is this? I want to go. We're gonna want to catch any fish? Okay, here we go. Zooming out, zooming out, zooming out, zooming out. Oh, this is like somewhere I can actually go to. Is it driving? Can I drive there and bring my boat, or do I have to fly? Okay, I'm back in the chat. Do I have to fly to Sydney Lake, or can I drive there? I like that. And is that the right one? Sydney Lake? Is it by Pine Needle Lake? I like to come there with my boat. Oh, and go to Rowdy Lake. So I want to get rowdy. You guys ever get out, like, just start looking at maps and look forever? Like, I could do that forever and ever. That's like, so what do they consider that? Northwestern Ontario, hey? Oh, I see a road to the north end of, I don't know. Okay, I should go back to the chat and read it. Okay. Come to Sydney Lake Lodge. I just said, have I picked the gender? I said I'm doing the jig giveaway in my next video. Kenora, Ontario, fly in only. I could do a fly in. I really like having my own boat, but I could do it. I could do a fly in. Only if I want to catch giant lake trout, giant pike, and giant walleye. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I missed the first 30 minutes. Well, that's okay. You're here for the next 30 minutes. Fly in to Kenora. I like that. One day I'll get there. I would love to get there one day. I really would. You like Last Mountain better than Tobin Lake? I do, Jason. I do. Tobin's great. I just like it. Drink some milk. You drink some milk, Raymond. Why would I drink milk when I got a Caesar right here? Yeah. Got you covered. Message you anytime. Appreciate it, dude. Adam, I'm gonna hide your question or thing just because YouTube doesn't like it for some reason. But he said, "What is the worst part about your job?" The worst part about my job, if you're talking about guiding, it's being away from everybody for a long period of time. And if you want to talk about like my job as YouTube, it's never knowing what's next in terms of like you could totally like fail. Like right now, I haven't had a video come out for a little while. I'm gonna show that comment because it's good. Oh no, Joey, we're gonna put that comment here. There we go. I'm gonna pin that message. There we go. You are ugly. You're a hero. Anyways, the worst part about my job, in this sense, is having like a downfall of videos or prairie where you don't get videos out for a long time, right? Where it's a little bit tougher. Like it's been a tough month and a half type of thing, right? With everything, just because my hand, the weather, everything like that, and not being able to like get more content out and trying to find that happy medium of like what to put out where people still want to watch, but it's not fishing and all that stuff. So yeah, that's the hardest part about it, is just like it's hard to be really consistent. You have to be on top of your game to like consistently put out videos all the time, and I have to get better at that. It doesn't always have to be fishing videos. I could put out cooking videos, anything like that, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, there we go, Raymond. I put your pin there. You didn't see that one coming, did you? You thought I was gonna hide it and be like, "Oh, guy called me ugly." I don't care. Good one for you, dude. When you gotta attack somebody online like that, it just shows exactly what type of a person you are. Like really, like honestly, I hope you find happiness in your life, because obviously you're a miserable person. So I hope you find some happiness, Raymond. Yeah, poor guy. Now that I said that, we can unpin you and yeah, go from there. See ya, dude. Have you done much fishing over in BC? I have only ever fished BC on the Fraser River for sturgeon, white sturgeon. Myself, Jay, and Maddie Gutzlaff went there for 10 days, and it was awesome. Like it was awesome. We started slower to start with, or it was slow to start with. Like we catch like 2 3 sturgeon a day, and by the end of it, we were like slaying like 25 30 sturgeon a day. It was unbelievable. 175 sturgeon in the 10 days. So it was really good. It was really good. Why do people decide to hate you like that? Gosh, you know what? You remember the biggest thing, like when that, like Carter always says, they hate us because they ain't us. I always laugh. It was such a good line. People are just like that. And being younger too, Cash, like you're gonna go through that eventually in your life where somebody's gonna try to rain on your parade or do whatever to bring you down. You just gotta like kill them with kindness. Yeah, it's all good. What do you consider successful video views wise? Nowadays I'd say like 30, 40,000 views is a successful video. Myself, like I would like to see that around. Like obviously not everyone is that achievable. But that would be really good. 30, 40,000 views would be excellent for what I'm doing right now. Ever think about doing a bass fishing video? I'd like to see that. I'm not sure if you already have. I thought I'd ask. Actually, I have. I'd say I have about 3 or 4 largemouth bass fishing videos on my channel, and then I have another 3 or 4 smallmouth bass fishing videos on my channel. I do love bass fishing. I just don't do it a lot because they're a little bit further away from me. I can't. It's harder to fish them because there's not very many in my area, and they don't do really well for views and stuff for me either. So I do like bass fishing though. Like I love getting down to Boundary Dam and just like whaling on some largies. Like it's so much fun. Hey Clayton, hope your day is well and the long weekend is full of bent rods and messages to Jay about bigger walleye. I love that, Adam. I hope your day and your weekend goes good for you too, my friend. I love that. You going guiding this summer? I do plan on guiding this summer, yes. I'll be leaving May 26, 27, somewhere around there. When are you getting married? I'm a guy who would marry you just to fish. I'm gonna get married one day for sure. There's a little blonde girl that I like quite a bit, so we'll see. Maybe she'll marry me one day. But yes, I do plan. So sorry, backlash. You're gonna lose out to Cindy on that one. Do you consider posting videos where you don't catch fish? I think it would be cool to see. Call it Clay Uncut. I do want to post videos where I don't catch fish. Um, if they don't do as well, like it's nice if I can catch a couple fish in the video and talk about something to do, like in terms of what I'm doing. But I'm okay to post videos if I don't catch fish. Just a lot of times is I get another day to get out right away. If I go out and fish all day and don't catch anything and know that the next 2 days I've got bad weather and can't get out again to film, I'll 100% edit that video. But if I can get out again and try to redo it and figure stuff out, then I'll probably try to get out and redo it if that makes sense. Can we chat about boats? Looking for some big tiller recommendations, 18, 20-foot Lund versus Alumacraft versus Starcraft. Um, I won't cover this too long in this chat. All I can say is that all three make excellent boats. It's going to come down to a personal choice, personal choice more than anything. Size, they all make a tiller around that size, right? I will tell you this: after being in this Alumacraft 185 for 3 years and being in my Starcraft 188T for 3 days, I would not go. You could not pay me to go back to that Alumacraft right now. It handles better. It's quicker out of the hole. It just feels like it's more set up, more storage, better fishability. Like the deck's a little bit higher. Everything that you couldn't pay me to go back to Lumacraft now. Like, and I'm not saying that because I'm in a Starcraft right now. Like, how do you know if somebody was like is being legit, right? Like, obviously, I have a small deal with Starcraft, so I can't diss the boat. So how do you even believe me in that sense? It's just more, I guess, taking my word for it more than anything. But I wouldn't go back. Like, I love my boat. In fact, I'm going to go sleep in it tonight, I think. Cindy, if you're watching this, I'll come back to bed eventually. Who do you think is going to win the Battle of Alberta? You know what? I don't really know. I think Calgary is going to win, but I want Edmonton to win, if that makes sense. I'd rather see the Oilers win, but I think Calgary is going to win. So yeah, that's who I think is going to win. Hopefully can one day fish with you, even if I pay for the guiding experience. Cash, we'll get out together one day, my friend. You just keep doing what you're doing and getting out there and fish lots when you're young, and we'll get out there. We'll get out there one day. We will. What would be your search bait recommended areas for walleyes in a smaller northern river to a flowage dam? For a search bait, in terms of just finding fish, a crankbait, 100%. And then once you found them, like you get a bite or whatever, figured out, then you can fish them more, not aggressively, more finicky. What's the word I'm looking for? You can downsize everything. You can kind of, holy cow, I'm having a brain fart in terms of a word, what I'm looking for right now. Somebody will put in the chat right away. What's the opposite of aggressive? You should fly fish for walleyes once. You know what? This actually would be a good spring to do it. I should. But a crankbait. I know I'm jumping back and forth here, but a crankbait, a rip and wrap, something like that to locate them as a search bait. Jim Seagraves, what up, dude? I live in Edmonton, not super big into hockey, but it's going to be fun to see the chaos. Yeah, and I've always found like Edmonton's probably really respectful, and they wouldn't destroy the city if they lose, like unlike Vancouver or something like that. Finesse, you can finesse fish them. See, I knew somebody would come through. That was the word I'm looking for. Look at you guys are the best. See, you guys are in my head. 3 words: finesse is the word in my head. Oh, you guys are the best. You guys are the best. I'm so bad at crank fishing. Crank fishing is so much fun though. Like so much fun. Like last year I filmed a video where I was casting cranks for walleye. I had more fun fishing that style than anything else all season. It was unbelievable. We went out, got a smoker craft 16 foot, my husband SA. We went out and got a smoker craft 16 foot and my husband SA. You got rid of your husband? Is that what it is? You traded your husband in for a smoker craft? Good play. Good play. Have you ever considered a Lund boat? I was definitely considering a Lund for sure. They make a great product. Everybody that I have ever talked to has been in one has been super happy with it. So I definitely considered it. I believe that this boat is set up a lot like the Lund is in terms of how high the deck is and whatnot. And I'm talking about the Lund Pro Guide. So I have driven a Lund for a lot of years up north. Our lodge has 18-foot Tiller Pro Vs. So I've driven a Lund for a lot of years, so I know how they drive in that sense and how they handle, how everything like that. They handle the big water very well, but I definitely, it would be hard right now to even get into a Lund after fishing with what I've fished with here in the last few days. Who edits your videos? I edit everything. I do all my own editing, 100%. Nobody's ever edited one of my videos ever. Clayton, you changed my life. Over a year back, you mentioned in a video how to properly set up a flip shack by extending the poles before flipping it, and my days are forever changed. Yes, I love it, Derek. Cheers. That's what it's all about, helping people out however we can, right? Love it. That is definitely, it's totally a better way to do it for sure. Where there was a question there. You have made camping on the ice. I challenge you to camp on a Starcraft. How about just camping, like not necessarily on a Starcraft, but camping like somewhere on an island or whatever. I could probably put up a tent in a StarCraft though, and camp, or just sleep in it like that under the stars, but the bugs would just eat me alive. I do want to do some backcountry trips this year with the StarCraft though. Had the shack for 3 years before hearing that little tip. That's awesome. My buddy loves his 188T. I've been in it a few times this year. Very nice. Very cool. I may have missed this, but is your boat riveted or welded? It's welded, but it does have rivets. No, it's a welded. It's a welded hull. I'm trying to think where there's rivets. There's rivets where they would be on anything else in terms of like any other boats. It's a welded hull. It's welded, but like there's still rivets on the boat on the bottom in areas, but those rivets will be holding in. Yeah, it's welded. The rivets are for to hold to piece the boat together. I don't. There isn't a lot of like riveted boats these days, right? Like mostly everything's welded. If blackened walleye is in the camping video, oh man, I caught walleye yesterday. I caught one eater. I threw him back. Everything else was too big, and I was like, hauls I had my mind was on like blackened walleye. Oh man, I want blackened walleye now. How come you never fish with your sweetheart? I do fish with her when I can. She works too full time, so that puts a lot of time. It's harder. Last summer, it was a little bit tougher. The summer before, we did some camping and some fishing together. She doesn't want to like fish all day though, when I don't blame her in that sense, especially with me because I'm borderline crazy. So there's been some things that'll come up in the future that will definitely get us fishing a little bit more or whatever like that. So she's getting more and more open to spending more time on the boat. She does love obviously being on the boat, but it has to be warm out, it has to be nice out. So yeah. And who would want to fish with me all day? Like I'm borderline crazy. Crazy. What's up, Chris? Hope all's well, dude. We're planning to go this summer, but we need the vax. No vax in our family. Canada won't have us. Ugh, that's brutal. Brutal, brutal, brutal. Brutal. It'll change, I'm guessing. Except Lumacraft and Lund. Dot, dot, dot. I don't know what that was for, Eric. What cranks do you use for walleye? Oh, except for the Lumacraft isn't welded? Welded hull? Really? You know, I don't. I need to look. I need to research that a little bit more. I'm trying to think what was the welded hull that it was in. Maybe a Fisher? Maybe it was a Fisher. Too big. Oh no. They weren't that big though. They weren't that big a fish. You have done camping, Clayton. Do any fishermen stop you in public for a picture? Yeah, all the time. They'll either pull up to my boat or even just like in a boat ramp or whatever, and I have no problem with that at all. If somebody wants to, chat for a little bit. Obviously not too long because I need to get to work and fishing, but I'll take pictures and say hi with anybody all the time. So I got no problem with that at all. Get Reagan out more. She was fun to watch. She was fun to watch, wasn't she? She did really, really good with it too. Really good. I do need to get her in some more videos. Thank you, Adam. Hope all is well, and hope you have a good summer too, my friend. Camp on a StarCraft. Yeah, I do need to camp. That'd be fun. Lumacraft is riveted, so is Lund. So then I have to look at it more because when I used to think of riveted boats, I used to think of like rivets up the sides even too. Like there is rivets on the bottom of the boat. So maybe the StarCraft isn't a riveted then. I'll have to look into that. Sorry, I should know more about that, right? I have a London that's riveted. Yeah. It must have been a Fisher or a Legend. I'm thinking of possibly. Caught a 4-man limit of walleye in the Bemidji, Minnesota opener. Great feeling. To be back out in the water. Can't wait to see your new videos. Awesome, Colin. Hope those walleye tasted good. Dang old OG on the tube. 30-30 cheers. Yeah, he's awesome, isn't he? Maniac 30-30. He is an OG. Ever see something freaky you couldn't explain out on the water? Just like giant pike coming into my boat day after day. No, just kidding. No, I can't say I have. I've seen fish swim across. A fish. I've seen deer swim across the lake, but to me, that's not that freaky. I really haven't seen anything that crazy on the water. Moose nests. Jay told my moose nest joke in a video about the whole. I had some guests and they're like, "What is that?" I'm like, "Well, that's a moose nest." And they're like, "Really?" And it's a beaver dam, right? But I told him that the moose comes there and he spends, all week like making a little nest there with legs, and they lay his eggs. And Jay's like, oh, he stole my joke. Jay, you stole my joke, the moose nest joke. I told that one years ago. I got in trouble for telling it too, just because um, guests believe everything, right? I didn't get in trouble, but it was like, Clayton, don't do that. You do any slip bobber fishing for walleyes? Yes. And in fact, yesterday I filmed a video for slip bobbers, and then I had cards go back corrupt on me, like a lot. Two cards go corrupt, and another one just have horrible audio. So yeah. Ugh, you gonna fish Pine Falls this year? I don't know. Don't know. Don't know. Maybe in the fall time. Sorry, man, missed it. But where did you go fishing yesterday? Oh, I can't tell all my secrets, Cash. Can't tell all my secrets. I say those for the videos. I never told anybody where I fished yesterday. I got to head out. Thanks for the conversation and relieving stress at the end of the day. You're very welcome. Have a great night. And remember, if anybody calls you ugly, just hit them with kindness. Hey, Clayton, do you plan on doing some summer lake trout downrigging lead core trolling with a new boat? I do plan on doing some summer lake trout, but it won't be downrigging and it most likely won't be lead core. It's going to be jigging for them and probably using the three-way weights, something like that. Let's do the Pine Falls tourney. Yeah, Adam, like I got time. Adam. Let's just go film a video instead, Adam. Like let's go crank Tobin Lake again or something like that and go do a video like that instead. Moose nest is where they lay their eggs. Yeah, see? You've heard that too. Moose lay their nests or lay their eggs in their nests. Yeah, a moose nest. Get in the States, let's go to Lake Mac for 30 plus walleye. 30-inch walleye or 30 plus walleyes? Oh man, fear playing slip bobbers are such a great fish producer. Yeah, slip bobbers early season, they're so good. So hard. So hard to beat them. You ever rip the tantrum on open water? I have a little bit, not a lot, but they will definitely work. Are leeches a popular bait by for slip bobber walleye fishing? Yes, big time. Lots of people use leeches in our area, especially in Saskatchewan because you can't use live minnows. But live minnows in Manitoba will crush fish too on slip bobbers. Because of you, my 10-year-old son loves to fish now, and if you don't see it on your videos, he tell me that's not how it's done. Thanks for Oh, that's awesome, Heather. I'm sorry, and I'm also and also you're welcome. You're welcome for wanting him to get out and go fishing all the time. I'm sorry that the only way he wants to do it is how I do it. So, but hey, I catch fish, so it's probably a good thing too. That's awesome. Moral of the story is I'm glad your 10-year-old wants to get out there. Starcraft website says they're riveted too. Yeah. So I guess I've always understood the riveted and the welded thing differently. I've always understood the sides as I thought every boat was always riveted on the bottom, but now that I think of it, we had a Fisher boat in a Legend years and years ago that it was all welded. So if two of the top, the three of the top, three top boat producers are doing riveted, there's probably a reason for it too. So I sold my Alumacraft. Sold it. Gone. Chester Tuck. Clayton, you're sure awesome, buddy. Chester, is this the same like Chester that I know? Chester? Guy at Scott Lake? I appreciate that, Chester. I'm sure that is. Chester Tuck guided at Scott Lake for years. He's a legend guide. Yes, it is. That's very awesome. I hope all's well, Chester, with you, my friend. That's I hope everything's good for you. Long time no talk. Long time. When are you going to come out to Lake Winnipeg? I don't know when I'll get to Lake Winnipeg next. I'm going to hit Lake Manitoba next winter, early ice. So, Justin, you see my message. I don't know where your message is. Fantastic, man. I sense Sergeant to see your shows. Send Sarge to see your shows. Let's hear your 3 personal goals for the 2022 open water season. Yes, the geeks did buy my Alumacraft. 3 goals for the 2022 ice or open water season. I want to put out as many open water videos as I can in the fall, hands down. I want to catch a PB lake trout open water season, which is going to be really, really tough. And I also would like to catch a PB pike on my fall northern Manitoba tour. Those are some pretty big goals for sure. I think I have more goals in terms of just like in terms of the channel of better organization and more videos and all that sense more than anything. To me, the goals aren't so much the fishing anymore. It's more of like being able to bring content, I think, more than anything. Obviously, I like to catch big fish, but yeah, content is huge for me for sure. I like Clay versus Jay versus Aaron, all the rest. Clay versus Jay versus Aaron is always fun. Clay versus Jay, I need to whoop that boy. Whoop that boy, Jay. Pretty sure StarCraft makes the hulls for Legend. It's very possible. Crestliner, I think, is made in the Lund factory, though. I think I was told Crestliner is made in the Lund factory. Pretty sure. Clayton, hope you're having a good night. Things are good. Things are good. Thank you. Thanks for coming out. What cranks you troll for walleye? I love the bandit walleye deep bandit. I thought I had some with me, but I took them, put them in the boat. The boat walleye deep bandit cranks I really like, and then the shallow cranks as well. What cranks? Spank J in the next video. Yes. Best big bait lure. Best bait / lure for big spring pike. You can't go wrong with like a glide bait. The Shine Glider from Savage Gear. That's a really good one. And also a big fly is always really good too. Spring pike. And you can't go wrong with a good old line through 3D trout from Savage. That thing's been so good. So good. Clayton, you try hair jigs early spring where you are. I haven't fished them a lot where I am. They would work, but I just haven't really done much with them. There's just always so many different ways to fish. Are you going to be able to fish with the price of gas? I'll be watching your videos because I can't. Man, I know. Price of gas is like ridiculous. I went and filled up my boat, which was obviously empty. And then I went and filled my truck, which only had a half a tank of fuel in it. I spent $400. Any fun stories to tell about Babe Winkleman? Babe Winkleman was quite the guy. Like, Babe really liked to talk about himself more than anything. Like, he loved to tell stories about himself and what he's done all the time. I got along good with him, and then by the end of his third trip there, like there was like a 7-year stretch between the 3 trips. I would never got him again just because he was all about talking about himself the whole time. When he was like his first couple years with us, he was great, but I don't have any really crazy stories behind him. Besides, he liked to talk about himself. We got in a fight the first morning I ever met him. Not like a physical fight, but a conversational fight. He told me that everybody should be allowed to keep one pike to take it home and mount it. And I looked at him and told him he was basically an idiot. I says, "You're wrong." I says, "That's really dumb to say." And told him why I thought, because I was like, we put 700 guests through the lodge and 700 people are going to take home a big pike. There won't be any big pike left for you to catch. So, yeah, it was kind of funny. So that's why he filed for bankruptcy. Yeah. Oh, Babe. He was not he was not my cup of tea by the end. I had a couple of good trips with him, but then it was just like, it was all about himself. Hyper rattle or jigging wrap? Neither. Hyper hammer. I love the new hyper hammer with a big back hook and a bigger treble hook. I don't know if I've fished with a better ripping bait yet. Honestly. Tell all stories. I gotta tell more stories. I'll tell more Babe stories one day. One day. This isn't the time or the place for it right now. Yeah. Any idea where Uncut Angling is? He didn't post much over the winter. He's hanging out. He's hanging out. He's hanging out with his puppy, and just I'm sure he'll make a big comeback video here at some point. You know, I haven't chatted with Aaron honestly much in the last couple of weeks. We usually talk pretty much every day throughout the winter, but haven't chatted with him lately. So I'm sure he's definitely busy. More rock bass content. Yes. Early season tips for Lake of the Prairies. I can't stress anything more about than being shallow. Shallow. Like less than 5 feet of water at Lake of the Prairies can be really good early season. And don't always like fish below the boat and troll. Cast swim baits, cast crankbaits, cast your jig in a leech, anything like that. Pitching jigs is so good. Get it away from the boat. Shallow early season Lake of the Prairies is my hot tip. If I think next year at the Yorkton Parkland Outdoor Show, I'll be there because they're going to have it at a better time for me, and I'll probably do like a Lake of the Prairies, a strictly Lake of the Prairies seminar. Is Aaron an owner of Frostbite? He's a part owner somehow, I believe. I'm pretty sure. You ever fished South Dakota? No, I've never fished South Dakota. Never, ever, ever. One day, maybe. One day. I think somebody asked what beer I was drinking. I'm actually not drinking a beer. I'm having a Mott's Clamato Caesar. But yeah, rod action power recommended for drop shot Ned rigs. Is it possible? Yeah, you could do both for drop shot and Ned rigs. I'd say with a drop shot, you're better off with like a moderate action rod, so you can load it and so the fish doesn't feel you're there. But you can get away with a fast action rod for a drop shot. So I'd say like a 7'3", a 7-foot, medium light fast action would be something you can get away with both of those. You can't see a Caesar and not have one. That's how they market them, right? Totally. Whenever I go to do like a restaurant or stuff like that, I always order a Caesar. I usually ask first, are your Caesars any good? And if they're like, I don't know, I won't order it. But if they're like really confident and they're like, yeah, yes, they're good, I'm like having a Caesar instantly. How's the Mercury over the Evinrude? Okay, I'll answer this one and one more question. The Mercury has been amazing over the Evinrude. Honestly, I was a little bit worried about going from a 2-stroke to a 4-stroke. There wasn't going to have as much pep. But it's so quiet. It's just as peppy. It feels really way better in my tiller hand now. I'm super happy with the switch over. And the heated tiller grip is money. I never thought I was going to use it that much, but I've used it so much lately. So good. Hot and Tots. And I live in 10 minutes from Lake of the Prairies. Fish all the time. Yeah. Hot and Tots for Lake of the Prairies is good. Good. Okay. One more question. Do you think Jay Siemens will finally catch some big fish this year? Love the friendly trash talk between you two. No, I don't think he'll catch anything big. He'll probably catch like fish that are a little bit smaller than mine for sure. So yeah. Okay, one more. Hey Clayton, are Savage Gear rods sold exclusively in Canada? No, they're more found throughout the States, to be honest with you. But they are being a little bit more readily available in Canada. Pokey's Tackle Shop, I know for sure in Regina, and there's another tackle shop in Kenora, Saskatchewan that sells them too. Dr. Bob's Mercury Marine, or Dr. Bob's Marine. Dr. Bob's in Kenora, Ontario. Sorry, Kenora, Saskatchewan. Don't get that confused with Kenora, Ontario. Kenora, Saskatchewan. So, anyways, thank you guys all for hanging out for a little bit of a chat. I'm going to wrap it up. I am going to have a member-only chat here for a little bit. New video soon, hopefully in the next few days. I'll be out tomorrow with Carter. I'm hoping and get a video filmed tomorrow with some maybe slip bob or something like that. So thank you guys all for watching. And if any's members in here right now, there'll be a member chat after this here for a few minutes. So come out and have some questions or whatever like that. We'll answer them for you. But thank you everybody for watching. Cheers to all you guys. And yeah, thanks for following along. You guys are the best. Bye everybody.